So the weather is finally good enough for me to film today, so that's why I've been late with videos this last week, but finally it's good enough. Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm finally going to be upgrading the light on my forest aquarium, so I'm really looking forward to doing this because I think it's going to look like 100 times better. So what I mean by upgrading the light is I'm actually going to be suspending it. I'm actually keeping this original light. So this is the one that came with the tank. This whole setup is a Scaper 90 from Superfish. So the light comes with these plastic standard clips, and I don't like them too much because I find that they sit very, very low on the aquarium, and it just makes the whole thing kind of compressed. It looks boxy, if that makes sense. The second inconvenient thing with these kind of clips is, for me, because I have the water level that is quite high on this tank, as soon as I trim, there's always a bunch of dead leaves, of stuff that just goes straight under the clips. So I'm having to like take them off and clean them every single week, and yeah, it's just adding up on my to-do list. We can also see here that some of the mosses are starting to yellow a little bit because the light is quite low. So just bringing this whole light up is going to make such a difference, and also aesthetically. Also, some of you may be wondering why the tank looks sad. So this week the tank looks really sad. It's because I've done a massive trim on this tank because it was getting really overgrown and the light just wasn't coming down all the way to the carpeting plants. So I've had to trim the mosses, rip out a bunch of plants, and I've actually reworked this front section I had talked about in previous videos that was bothering me. Right, so I'm going to show you guys the suspension kit I got. So it got a little bit beaten up with delivery, but it's fine, nothing is broken. So this is a universal suspension kit. This light, it doesn't have its own suspension kit. Sometimes when you buy lights from Chihiros, from Twinstar, from other brands, they're going to sell a specific suspension kit that goes with your specific light. In this case, because it doesn't have one, I've had to buy a universal one, but it fits so many different types of lights. Maybe if you have older lights and you want to modernize your setup, or you have a strange sized one, this will probably fit it. So in this little kit, you have the two little aluminium bars. You can actually buy different sizes. I've chose this specific size because that's what I thought was going to be the best for my setup. So you have the two aluminium bars. You have the two little supports that are going to go onto the tank. A bunch of little wires or stuff like this. This comes with, they are short wires. I've done my measuring. This is what I wanted. If you want to suspend your light maybe a lot lower, higher, whatever, you can actually buy these little cables at the hardware store, and they cost nothing, so you can really customize these things as much as you want. And then the plastic clips. So again, some of these universal stands have metal ones. I chose these specific ones because I really wanted to be able to adjust it to my light. So let's see. I've just realized there are no instructions. I can't see instructions, but I'm sure it will be okay. It doesn't seem overcomplicated. Yeah, so something like that. I'm trying to visualize like what direction this goes into. Yeah, must be this. So I'm just going to put them on the longest setting, and if later on I want to adjust or I feel like I need to move the light up, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to install these little plastic clips. I think I may have to take the light off the tank, so bear with me here. this fit. It doesn't fit. So I don't actually have a smaller Allen key piece for this. Like, this one is very small and I don't have the right size on this particular kit. So I'm gonna have to go to my storage unit, and everybody knows how much I hate that. Jesus fucking Christ. Ah! Try not to kill myself here. For those who don't know, I've been moving a lot, like these past 2 to 3 years. I've moved literally almost every year, and we are finally staying in this place, so we have to set up a workshop. Haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna get around to doing it. So everything is a mess and I can't find anything. Maybe that will fit. Those are probably the same screws. They don't fit. Fuck. Oh yes, this one fits. Okay. One down, another one to go. Yes. Okay, so I've finished the 2 clips. I've sized them down to exactly the same size as the light, and now I'm just going to mount them onto the stand. Okay, so that's the suspension setup. So this is what is going to be sitting on the tank. So I haven't adjusted the height yet, but I kind of want to put it at its maximum. Right, so let's try not to break anything here. So I need to adjust the clips. So this might take a few tries really to get it perfect. So I'm just going to fiddle around with it until I'm happy with how it sits. So I don't know what you guys think, but I really like it. I find it looks great. I love the aluminium parts to it. Even this kind of see-through clip at the start I wasn't too sure of, but I kind of like it, So obviously there's still a few changes to be done with this tank. I do need to shift one of the lily pipes over to the other side, so then it's going to look more symmetrical. But because I still have some trimming to do in that particular back section here, I'll shift it around next week. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you very soon for a new video. For the next video coming up, I'm actually breaking down my nano gallery, so stay tuned to see me suffer. I will see you next week.